Hey there, I'm Kristen. I'm a licensed occupational therapist and dementia care specialist. Welcome back. Today I'm going to go a little bit further. My last video was about mobility changes for individuals with dementia. And today I'm going to go a little bit further and talk about some of the things that you can do to make the home environment safer for someone who is experiencing mobility changes. And this is whether or not it's an individual with dementia. These apply to anyone who's having mobility challenges. And so one of the first things that we can do is environmental modifications. And so we want to create a safe living environment for someone who's experiencing these mobility challenges. And as caregivers, it's easiest for us most likely to see some of the things that might be getting in the way for these people. So the first thing that we want to do is remove any tripping hazards. And this seems like common sense, but sometimes it helps to kind of know where to look. So obviously any kind of rugs, throw rugs or area rugs, you want to remove those if possible. If not possible, if you want to keep, an area rug, you want to make sure that the edges are secured down, and there are some nice double-sided tape products that you can use, and I can link some of those in the products that I talk about today. I'll link in the description of the video so that you can go and check those out if you'd like to. But nice double-sided tape under the edges of rugs is a super great way to keep the edges down, keep someone from tripping over the edge of the rug. It's not perfect. It'd be better to not have a rug, but if you really need to have one, you can use this double-sided tape. Besides rugs, you want to look around for electrical cords that might be out in a walking pathway. And then any kind of clutter, right? So a lot of us will have, baskets with, magazines or, blankets or that kind of thing kind of out decoratively, but those things can actually turn into tripping hazards. And so when I say clutter, I don't mean that it looks bad. I just mean that it's potentially a tripping hazard for someone who has mobility issues. So you want to move all that stuff out of the walkways, if at all possible. The next place where I like to talk about safety with mobility is in the bathroom, of course. So installing grab bars near the toilet, near the shower or access to the tub to help with safety getting in and out of the shower and tub and on and off the toilet. You can also use a shower chair for someone who has mobility issues. So obviously if they're a little unsteady on their feet or their balance isn't great, having a shower chair or a tub bench is a great way to let them be able to sit down, rest, conserve energy while they're cleaning up and not have to worry about slipping quite as much. Non-slip decals or pad in the bottom of the tub or shower, or non-slip tile if possible, but certainly the chair is also helpful as well. And then finally, a raised toilet seat. Now, sometimes this is helpful for people who have a hard time with mobility in their low back or their hips. And so raising the level of the toilet seat up a little bit makes it easier for them to get on and off the toilet safely. And so sometimes those are used in conjunction with grab bars, and that's great too. In the bedroom is another area we want to be really careful with mobility challenges. So using a bed rail or some kind of, even a grab bar near the bed, but bed rails are nice because they're portable and you can usually fold them down and out of the way. That's great for helping people get in and out of bed. I have a separate video about one of my favorite bed rails, which I'll link here in the description of the video. So that's a great way to help someone getting in and out of bed if they're just having a hard time getting off that mattress, which is kind of a softer surface. There are great devices for getting in and out of chairs as well. If somebody has their favorite recliner or kind of gushy soft chair or couch that they have a hard time getting in and out of now, there are great devices for getting up and out of those as well. Because of course you don't want to pull on a walker because that can tip over. So you want a sturdy device that will help you get in and out of the soft or low seating. Also, and I've talked about this in another video about vision changes with dementia, but adequate lighting is so important to safety. So as we age, we need more light into our eyes to be able to see things clearly, and that goes for virtually everyone, not just people with dementia or cognitive decline. And so having really good lighting is a great way to improve someone's safety when they're having mobility challenges. The other thing that you can do is consider handrails. So if you have a step or two, much less a full staircase, you want to make sure that you have a handrail or a grab bar. So even if you're coming in and out of the garage and you just have one step up to get into the house, it's really helpful to have some kind of handrail or grab bar there for people who have mobility challenges. Just makes it safer and easier for them to get up and into the house. And then finally, you want to be cognizant of visual perceptual changes. So with visual perception, we know that changes as we age, and also in particularly in individuals with dementia. And visual perception isn't just what the eyes are seeing, but actually how the brain is processing that visual information. And so this changes. And one of the ways that we can improve that is not just with better lighting, like I talked about a minute ago, but also with visual contrast. So using colors in contrast to help that person visualize elevation changes. So if you have a step down from the hallway into your family room, you want to mark that really clearly, right, with some kind of colored tape or something that really jumps out and catches someone's attention. Thresholds where you're going out a doorway, you want to mark that clearly. Again, back to the lighting scenario, for someone with visual perceptual difficulties to be able to see the light switches and be able to turn those on, you maybe want to highlight those. So a cream colored switch plate on a cream colored wall might be really hard to see, but if we outline that in electrical tape or painter's tape or something that's very brightly colored or contrast color to the wall, it'll make it easier for someone to see that light switch plate and to be able to remember to turn it on. So those are my top tips for environmental modifications that you can do within the home to I guess support someone who is having some mobility challenges or some mobility changes. I also highly recommend that if you are caregiving for someone who's having these mobility changes, that you get those checked out. Go see their primary care physician, get a referral for physical or occupational therapy, or in some locations you can go directly to the physical or occupational therapist and get some assistance to help you kind of put eyeballs on what's going on in your house and what's going on with the person who is having the mobility challenges, so that you can support them to make those changes that they need to make and be safer and more independent. So anyway, hope you found that helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content. Of course, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. And thank you so much for watching.